Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's a website at the top here, kathymcleland.com. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to, of course. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. There's a website at the bottom, hayhouse.com. I think it's still active. This is obviously an older deck, but if you use a search engine to look up Hay House, you should easily find something. I know they're still active. Hay House is one word. Okay. What do we have for Taurus? I feel like things are a little spicy. How are things a little spicy for y'all? Are they? Are you adding a little spice in? What's going on? Do you need a little spice? Do you need a little spice? This card is showing. It shows up a lot at the moment. I think it showed up for all three Earth signs, which is interesting. Two of Cups there. Something's a little spicy. I have a feeling. Ironically, I think you're the one adding the spice, and you might be kind of like. It's almost like somebody else maybe doesn't think you have this little zip zing to your personality. They're like, oh, Taurus, yeah, Taurus is going to do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, Taurus. Taurus isn't really that exciting. And you're like, oh, you don't think so. I feel like there's, Taurus, I've known a few of them that they come across very stable and sound, and they are. But when they want to be, and in certain respect to where they've decided it's appropriate, they can be a bit spicy. So maybe it's time to bring forward a little bit of your spice that you might keep off to the back. And it's up to you to decide what that spice is and how it needs to be applied, of course. But I feel like you're watching and you're like, oh, you don't think I have spice. You don't think I'm spicy, huh? You don't think I'm spicy, do you? What is this spice? I keep getting like this spicy, like, okay. Thing is, Taurus is very sane and dependable. You can like make something a lot of fun without making it really dangerous, if that makes sense. It's almost like going on a roller coaster ride, but it's like through like VR or something, virtual reality. It's kind of like, oh, there you go. It was fun, wasn't it? Yeah. Some of those VR things, like I think there's a haunted house one. Some of those are like, they're terrifying. Even though you're not really in danger, it still feels like it sometimes. Page of Swords again, and then your card, the Hierophant and the dice. You're paying attention, and you're planning. Oh, you might be planning. I feel like I'm questioning, like, do I want to show a little bit of my spice? Because you do have a fun side, but it's appropriate to where you feel it's necessary. It's like, but no, I can be fun. I can be fun. Taurus also reminds me of the type of person, I know this isn't always the case, but they remind me of the person kind of like, if they're going to go out and have a drinking good time, they usually plan ahead and they make sure that, there's somebody else going to drive, or they have money for a ride, or, they know where they're going to go and where they're going to stay that night. Like, it seems to me that they usually plan well. I know that's not for everybody. I know that. But, like, even if you're going to do something a little bit more, would you call that risque? Maybe some of you would, maybe some of you wouldn't. But, like, usually there's, like, a plan, like, this is where this is appropriate to do this, and I can do that, and it's not going to ruin anything. It's just going to be a little bit of crazy fun for a little while. For a lot of you, I feel like it's more of kind of like going to an amusement park or something. Kind of like, let's have fun, let's have a good time, and then, everybody can do what they want. And, like, it's kind of like showing people, like, I like to have fun. I have fun, too. I'm just appropriate with when it happens. But I'm also getting the spice feel. Like, people might not realize how fun you really can be. And there's people around you that you like a lot. And you're like, I want them to see how much fun I can be. I'm not all rules and regulations. Well, I'm not all rules and regulations. I mean, even with fun, I have certain boundaries. But you'd be surprised how much fun. Like, you're on the bumper cars, knock yourself out. But, at the right time and place. We're at an amusement park, you want to go down the water slide, go ahead, knock your socks off. You know what I mean? That's a place to have fun. That's appropriate fun. I keep getting appropriate. I don't know why that keeps coming in so strongly. There's a lot of fun you're going to teach somebody. You're going to teach somebody, if not a couple people, how much fun you really are. Um, because you're also the type of fun, like, when a week goes by, you could look back and, like, there's great memories. You don't look back a week from now and go, oh, yeah, I got to pay for that. Now that I did that, now I got to do this to make up for it. That's not the type of fun usually. Not the Taurans that I know. It's like kind of like we had fun, and now it's a great memory. I'm thinking of one right now that I can think of. Like, applies it in the right spot. Maybe is a little random at times, which is funny because they're a Taurus. But it's nothing. Nothing causes damage. Nothing causes a problem. It all works out good. It's all what's worth it. Fun person. Very fun person. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something here. Because the harvest is coming up. I get that. And the Wheel of Fortune. But the Wheel of Fortune is them. They're seeing it as the Wheel of Fortune. For you, it's kind of like you've planned it. You just don't let them know. It's almost like a surprise. It's very interesting with the Five of Pentacles. Because I don't feel bad about it this time. You're not letting people know that you're planning something. To them, it's going to seem like the wheel, but you're not letting people know what you're planning. It's more of a secret. It's very interesting the way this is coming in. I don't think that's bad, but I'll just clarify it. I'll just clarify it just to be sure. I don't think there's anything bad about it. Page of Cups and the Hanged Man. You might be planning something not right away, but you're like, okay, a couple weekends from now. It's almost like if this is a business thing. Like, a couple weekends from now, I'm going to get everybody together and make them think we're going to do all this work stuff. But what I'm really going to do is we're going to go to this amusement park and everybody's going to have a good time. And this is something we can all do, and it's just something for everybody to bond and get together and have a good time, but they're not going to know what's going to happen, and this is going to be great. Just for example, I feel like you're planning something where you're not letting anybody know what you're planning, and you're just making it work the way you need it to work. It's kind of like maybe there's going to be an off-site meeting, and you're like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this off-site meeting at this nice little ranch, and I'm going to, have it catered with certain foods, and I'm going to have, certain things there where people can relax and have a good time, to where we're going to get some work done, but it's more about bonding and getting along with people and just seeing the lighter side of people and just enjoying time with each other. Something where it's not that bad, but, it's meant to have more fun for a bonding experience. You're holding a secret. This is that spicy side, I almost feel like people also think oh, Taurus doesn't have any secrets. Anything they're thinking, you can tell. They don't do surprises. That's not Taurus. And you're like, well, Taurus can. If Taurus is planning the surprise, Taurus might do a surprise, and you can keep a secret if you want. Taurus can keep a secret very easily. I almost feel like one of the ways Taurus does it is they don't even allude to knowing a secret. You don't even know they don't even allude to actually knowing the answer to a secret. They're like, really? Something's going on? What? Tell me, what's going on? Oh, never mind, Taurus. I thought you'd have an answer. Oh, okay. Meanwhile, you know the whole thing in and out, but you're just kind of playing it off like, what? What secret? What are you talking about? What's going on there? Tell me. Oh, you don't know, Taurus? Know what? Tell me what you're talking about. You're good. You know what you're doing. You're planning something. You are definitely planning something. And you are very committed to it. You're also whatever you're doing, you may not realize is a very healing moment for somebody. Do you not realize this? Why is that happening that way? What's going on with this healing card? The Moon card shows up with the Eight of Swords. You might be surprised at what you dislodge with this situation, with this surprise. I think it's not a surprise to you, but it's a surprise to other people. You might be dislodging something for somebody else. I'm getting the Moon card with the Eight of Swords. You might be breaking down somebody's barrier. Emotional barrier? Is it emotional? Well, you got the Moon card, and that's a water card. That's a water card. It goes two ways for me. The Moon in astrology is Cancer. The Moon in the tarot is Pisces. Either way, it's water. It's water. That's emotions. You might be breaking down somebody's barrier. I don't think this is bad. I think this is good. The energy feels good. I'm seeing positive energy, so I don't see anybody getting upset. So don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody's going to get upset. But I feel like you might show somebody how much you value them through this. And to you, it's like, well, of course I value them. Why else would I do this if I didn't value them? Whoever you're dealing with, they don't seem to connect to life anywhere near the way you do. They have a totally different experience. You are really like drilling something home for them. There's stress around this person. That Two of Cups again. Did I show that in the beginning? They like you, but they hide a lot of stress. And there's this needs to be removed. This hanged person, what is it, this one? The hanged one in this person's life needs to be removed. And you seem to be igniting something. You're causing more success for them. You're waking something up in them. This is going to have a really good effect. Whoever this person is, you got an ally for life, whoever it is. For example, if you work with this person today and say maybe 2 years from now you don't work for them anymore, or work with them, or they don't work for you, or however that works. Say 2 years from now you're not working together anymore. They'll probably still keep connection with you on like social media or something. And when they see something they think you want or it'll be good for you or will benefit you, boom, they let you know. They try to help you. This is somebody who would show up on a weekend and help you get things done. This is like an ally for life. Because whatever you're doing for this person, you're helping them see the truth about the stress. It's kind of like sometimes we have stress around us and we need to work through it. Other times we have stress around us that's just lingering there and just we're so used to it that we just are in this moment of stress. We just live in this stress. I don't know how to explain that. Sometimes I feel like people get into that where you're stressed and it's just like, I don't know what I'm stressed about, but I'm stressed. And you're just so used to it that it's just, you feel it. There's nothing to be stressed about, but you feel it. You might be lifting that burden a bit more or helping them see it in a different way where they kind of feel like, you know what, maybe I can do something different with that. Maybe I can do something different with that, whatever that may be. You're going to have an ally for life. If you didn't already, you're going to going forward. Because I'm getting judgment. You're bringing them peace. This is, to you, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But that's another thing with this 5 of Wands. You don't realize what's going on with this person. There's a lot. This person is complicated. Whoever you're dealing with, especially with that Moon card, that reminds me of like Moon card, especially even whether it was Pisces, which is in the tarot, or Cancer, which is the astrology. Either way, emotions run deep. Those are signs that there's a lot that goes on below the surface, a lot. And I feel like when you're helping them sift this out without even realizing it, I feel like you're pointing out something that they do that is not serving them, that they've been doing all along. You're not meaning to do that, but you're balancing something out really well. And I feel like they might become more chatty with you. They might tell you more things. They might also want to know more about you. They're more apt to talk about things that you want to talk about, not in like a need, but just kind of like a want. I don't know how to explain that. You might end up with a very deep bond with this person. This person is a bit random too. This is funny. I think this is hilarious. The Prince of Wands is a random card. And you got organization right next to it, which to me is hilarious. This person is very random too. I don't know what to say about that, but you seem to be like, I can deal with that. They're random that you enjoy. You have to decide what that means, because I feel like that's different for all of you. They're a random that you definitely enjoy. So I feel like it's not an imposing random, but like maybe they just say random things, or they're up for things randomly, or they just kind of show up randomly. But if it's somebody who shows up randomly, I feel like this is that type of person, like they just show up at your house, but then like say you're cleaning your living room, so they'll show up randomly and they'll just all of a sudden they'll just help you clean it, and you're like, all right, as long as you do it right, whatever. Or they'll show up at a barbecue and they're like, oh, you need me to help you make that? I'll go get something. You need me to go get something at the store for you? They're that one. They're that type of random. They'll show up randomly, but they'll also be very helpful. They'll also talk to you very randomly about things going on with them. I don't see you having a problem with that. They seem to be pretty lax. Like, I don't feel like they're 4-alarm fire random. I feel like something's going on, I don't know what to do. And I feel like your response would be like, well, is that going to happen today? No, it's happening in a couple weeks. All right, give me a few hours or maybe a couple days and I'll get back to you and we can talk it out. They're that type of random, if that makes sense. This is a good energy. I like this. This feels good. I don't see this being a stress for you, by the way. This person is not stressful. I just feel like you're more healing for this person than you realize. This person also has a lot of ideas, which is interesting with this card coming in. This person has a lot of ideas. They might actually bring you more spice too. You might see more options than you normally do with this one. There's a lot of ideas with this one. A lot of ideas. This is that type of person, if you want something to happen and you're not really sure how to make it happen, they will show you so many ways to make one thing happen. It's almost a little bit of a Gemini feel to it. Doesn't mean this person is a Gemini, but this isn't the Gemini card, this is the Libra card. Libra can do that too. They can see different facets of a situation, like, well, that might not work, but this might. This person has a lot of ideas. They're very respectful, though. They're not pushy with those ideas. They're just like, oh, you're trying to find a way to make that happen? Well, did you know you have this option? Did you know you have that option? And I thought you might have this option as well. You could go this way, possibly, if you want them. I feel like I'm amused with the way that they see things. I don't think it bothers you. I think it's fine. So if you kind of like, well, tell me more about that. Oh, yeah, this is what blah, 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 blah. I don't feel like they're stressful for you. I feel like you're more kind of amused with the different ways they see things. I think you like it. I don't see a problem here. Because I know that, like, when I'm seeing, like, these these air energies with yours, I can see how that could be obnoxious, but I don't see that. And I'm wondering if it's the moon card coming in, kind of like, I don't feel like they're saying anything I have to do. It's more like, I'm looking for a solution and I'm not sure what to do next, or I'm not really liking the solution I'm seeing. That might be what you're coming up to. Like you're like, I got this issue and I don't really like the solution I think I'm going to have to choose. And then they give you different options. You're like, okay, tell me what you're seeing. Because you want different options. I feel like that's why this isn't. And I don't think they're going to push on you, like, if you're kind of like, this is what I'm doing and that's what I want. I feel like they get it. And they're like, okay, then that's what you're going to do. They seem to understand your energy. When you've made a decision, they back off. And like, that's what you're going to do then. It's a good energy. I don't see anything bad with it. There's something with this person. I don't know. There's interesting. I feel like there's things opening up here. But I feel like give it time, you'll see. This is a good one. It's weird. Okay. I'm trying to like end this one, but this is the last piece I didn't talk about. There's a block here, but the block, like the way these cards are coming in, this is kind of how I was seeing it. Like the block is starting to lift. It's kind of like it's almost gone. There is a block here, but it's almost gone because like the way these two cards are coming in, it's like it's cutting off part of that sword, and once the other part is gone, I feel like the block is going to lift. This person is almost ready to remove the block. So I feel like there's a lot to this, whoever you're dealing with. They're going to be really good for you. They're going to be really helpful. So whatever that does for you. Are we good? That block is almost done. That's interesting. All right. We're good? I'm going to let it go here. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.